Hello everyone, how are you today? It is a beautiful day here in Rome, Georgia. It is finally October weather. Finally, it's about 50 degrees outside. It is perfect. It's perfect. So today I wanted to come and talk to you, chat for a minute about emotional balance. Okay, so we're talking today about emotional wellness, emotional health, balancing emotions that we feel all the time. There are lots of things that you can do to make sure that your emotions are balanced, because we want to feel all the feels. Okay, it's okay to feel the extremes, but if you find yourself feeling the extreme emotions, and you're one day you're on this side of the spectrum, one day you're on this side, and there's not a lot of balance there, then that's when we need to kind of do an inventory, and we need to do some searching and see what's going on, because a lot of times these days we just kind of take it all in stride and say, oh, I'm just stressed out, I'm just overwhelmed, I'm just this, I'm just that, and we kind of make excuses and we sweep everything under the rug and we don't deal with it. And long term, that can actually cause some physical things to start going on in our bodies, because our bodies are connected, our emotions are connected to our physical wellness. So it's important that we balance all of that, and that we know what's going on, and that we kind of deal with things before they become big major problems. So one of the ways that I personally like to deal with emotional things is with the use of aromatherapy. It's with the use of essential oils. There are lots of other ways that you can, that can complement that. You can, meditate. You can, if you have prayer time, you can make sure that you are taking care of yourself and giving yourself a break, giving yourself some me time. Maybe do some exercise, some yoga, something calming, reading a book, learn a craft like knitting or crocheting, something where you're working with your hands. Those are great ways to just kind of ground yourself and bring it all home, and give yourself that that chance to sort of take a deep breath and start again. So today, the first thing I'm going to do, because if you're not familiar with essential oils, is I'm just going to really quickly sort of explain what they are and how to use them, and then we're going to talk about how how actually inhaling and breathing in a certain aroma can benefit and help you emotionally. So essential oils are they're just basically like the immune system of a plant. I've heard it explained a lot of different ways, and I love that explanation. The immune system of a plant. So plants have all different kinds of things that they're really good at, and they in their environments have to protect themselves from specific things that can come along in their little plant lives that can harm them. So they develop these really cool systems inside themselves, and that they learn to fight off these things. So what we do is we take that plant material and we distill the immune system, that lifeblood of a plant, and we distill it out of the plant material, and we are left with this kind of a volatile substance. And it's an oil, but it's not an oil like you might think of, like olive oil, that's really fatty and greasy. These oils are actually kind of they'll evaporate. If you leave the bottle open, they'll actually evaporate into the air. So it's a different a consistency, I think, than what you might expect at first. But essential oils are really, really powerful. They're very concentrated, and so when we use them, we only use a little bit at a time. You only need to use a little bit at a time. So you can use essential oils in 3 different ways. You can use them aromatically, which is mainly what we're going to be talking about today. Aromatically means that you can breathe them in. And some people think it sounds a little, sure, really, you can breathe something in and find a benefit from it. Yes, because when you're breathing something in and you smell it, you actually can smell the fragrance. That's because there are molecules, actual physical molecules that we can't see, that are traveling inside of our bodies, and our brain is picking that up as a scent, as an aroma. So those molecules are being breathed in, and what's kind of cool is that when they go in through our nose, That's the olfactory system, and it is directly connected to the limbic system in your brain. You guys, the limbic system is the center of your emotions, all right? So it goes within seconds. It's going inside that limbic system. It's going inside the brain, and it's changing things. Think about this. If you've ever walked into a store, maybe you walk by the perfume counter and you get this whiff of something, and immediately it takes you back to grandma's house because that was the perfume that she wore all the time. Or you go to I don't know, a fair, and you smell all those smells, and it takes you back to when you were a kid and you used to go to the county fair when you were a kid. That is what happens when we smell something. It triggers memories and it triggers emotions, and you can work with that because not all the time is it going to trigger a positive memory or a positive emotion, but you can work with your body, kind of train it to recognize a smell and help that to invoke a positive memory, a positive experience in your life, a positive emotion. So let's kind of talk about some of the emotions that we have today. There's actually, you can use oils in other ways. You can use oils topically. You can put them on your skin. And for Young Living oils, I know we have a line that you can take internally. That's called the Vitality line. And those are approved for, I could put a drop in my cup of apple cider here. So we're going to be talking more about aromatic and topical today, not necessarily the ingestion. That would be more for you got something physical that you're trying to address, then you're going to want to take those oils internally. But when you're talking about emotional wellness, we usually talk about either topical or aromatic, like putting oils in a diffuser, or just breathing them straight out of the bottle, putting them in your hands and breathing them in like that. There are little tiny things called nasal inhalers that you can make, and you can mix and match and do whatever you like, and then it's kind of just a personal thing. No one else can smell it, so it's really good for situations where you want to be discreet. All right, so talking about just staying balanced and keeping our emotions in check, there are really just 8 basic emotions that we feel, okay? And then you have variants of these emotions. We feel joy, we feel trust, we feel fear, we feel surprise, sadness, anticipation, anger, and disgust, okay? So those 8 things we feel all throughout our lives, and we can feel different, we can go to different ends of the spectrum for each of those emotions, all right? So we're going to talk about, some of those are great. They're wonderful emotions to feel, and some of those are not so great. Some of those we don't want to be on the extreme end of, fear and disgust and things like that, because it can cause us to have reactions and not act the way that we like to act. You know what I'm saying? So one thing that I love about my particular brand of oils is that we have a lot of different oils that are blended for specific things. And so we're going to talk about one of my favorite sets or collections of oils, and that is the Feelings Kit. And it comes with 6 different oils. And I remember hearing about these oils that if you use them for a 30-day period, and you put them on in the morning before you leave for work, and then you put them on at night before you go to bed, and you do them in a certain order, and you have things that you say, like affirmations that you do along with the oils, that you will notice a marked difference between day 1 and day 30. And I actually tried it, and I was very kind of skeptical at first, but what I noticed was that I was much more gentle with the people that I was with day in and day out, my family. I was much more patient. I had a little bit more forgiveness and grace for the things that were going on in my life. So I really just kind of latched onto it, and I thought, man, there's something to this. There really is something to this. Coupling with the affirmations, just these particular oils, they're so well blended, and they are beautiful oils. So we're going to talk about the Feelings Kit. So here's what comes in the Feelings Kit. The first the first thing that I would put on is, I would put on some Valor. All right, Valor is one of my all-time favorite oils. It is absolutely gorgeous, and they've just reformulated this so that it is sustainable and it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. I love this oil. We have black spruce in this. We have camphor. We have blue tansy, frankincense, and geranium. So it's an amazing kind of a woodsy, but still kind of has a sweet aroma. Valor is for like courage. Okay, so I would put Valor on like over my heart, and I would say I have courage to face today. I have courage to be authentic today. I have courage, you know, all the things that maybe I struggle with, I have the courage to do and get through these things with strength and with grace. So Valor was number one. I super love Valor. It's a great one for just carrying around in your purse. And then this is another this one's a kind of a tricky oil. This one's called Release. And I actually have a little roller top on this one, so it was super simple to just roll on. And I would put Release. On the backs of my shoulders, like kind of near my neck. And I would also put Release. This is going to sound crazy, but I would put Release over the area where my liver is, because negative emotions can be stored in places in our body. So like when I would get that tension up in the top of my neck, I was thinking, you know, maybe there's just something going on and I'm storing those negative emotions here. All right. And in your liver, I mean, think about when you have when you're afraid or when you're nervous about something, and you have that, like, you have a physical feeling sometimes in your stomach, like you might have a nervous tummy about something. There's a chemical reaction going on in your body when you have certain emotions, all right? Think about when you're just so excited and your heart is racing, you're in love, you know, all of those feelings that go along with that, those physical feelings, they're connected to emotions. So your body stores up those chemical reactions and things that happen. Your body stores that up. Release is a great oil. It's a great blend to help release some of those things that we've been holding on to. And I promise you, do this one alone for a few days. And sorry, I live near train tracks, so there's a train going on. But oh my gosh, you guys, this one, just be prepared. If you're a really great internalizer like me, you may have a lot. You may have a lot of releasing to do. Let me tell you what's in this one, because it's full. It is full of some really great oils. All right, so this one has ylang ylang, it has lavandin, it has geranium, royal Hawaiian sandalwood, grapefruit, tangerine, spearmint, lemon, blue cypress, divana, lime, acatea, jasmine, matricaria, I'm not sure I'm saying that one right, blue tansy, and then rose. And rose is incredible for your emotions. So this one, I would apply it like over the backs of my shoulders and then over the liver area, and I would just say I release the negative emotions that have been holding me back. I release those negative feelings, those grudges that I've been holding on to. I release those, and I will not allow those to poison my body anymore. It's so good. It's a wonderful one. And then I would do, let's see, which one did I do next? I can't remember. I think I did this one next. This one is called Forgiveness, and it's beautiful. It's another one that's really pretty. Let me tell you what's in that. Again, full of some wonderful, wonderful oils. This one has Melissa, which is an incredibly powerful oil. Geranium, frankincense, royal Hawaiian sandalwood, coriander, lavender, bergamot, lemon, ylang ylang, jasmine, Roman chamomile, palmarosa, and rose. So several of the same oils that we just heard that were in Release. And Forgiveness is one, you know, it's hard. If you're releasing out all of those negative emotions, you're going to need that forgiveness to go along with it. Forgiveness, I would put it over my heart, and I would start listing people that I need to forgive. You know, some people you want that apology from. You want them to acknowledge that they have wronged you. And you may never get that. When you hold on to that, that's not doing anybody any good. It's not hurting that other person if that's what you're after. There's nothing good coming out of that. So forgiving, just going ahead and forgiving and saying, and you have to do it daily sometimes, you know. If it's a big thing you're trying to forgive, it has to be a choice that you make every single day. So forgiveness over my heart, and then the last person that I would forgive is myself, because myself is the person that I hold the most grudges against and that I'm the hardest on. Okay, and then I'll do this one. This is called harmony. We all need a little harmony in our lives, right? All of these are just so beautiful. Harmony has... I've read this one a few times. The label's a little jacked up here. Alright, so Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood, Lavender, Ylang Ylang, Frankincense, Orange, Angelica, Geranium, Hyssop, Spanish Sage, Black Spruce, Coriander. Wow, there's a lot. Bergamot, Lemon, Jasmine, Roman Chamomile. I think that's all. Nope. Palmarosa and Rose. Okay, so again, you might start hearing a lot of these same oils over and over again because they're so good for your emotions. So when I put this one on, I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put it on my heart. I might even put it around this if you're into the chakras, you know, just kind of make an alignment. Because I want to be in harmony with the world around me. I want to be in harmony with the people that I come into contact with every single day, the people that I interact with, my family, my coworkers, my friends, my environment. I want to be in harmony. So I would say that. I am in harmony with myself. I'm in harmony with my family. I'm in harmony with the world around me. And then I would be done with that. Okay. This was a really good one too. This one's called Inner Child. Now, okay, Inner Child, the reason it's in this particular set is because when you are a child, you are probably the truest to yourself that you're going to be. The world hasn't tainted you. The world hasn't put expectations on you necessarily to make you want to be, you know, completely opposite of who you are. You know, we hit those teenage years and we try to fit in and we try to change ourselves so that we can be, you know, whatever we think we should be. When we're children, though, we're just us. We're just us. And so this one's for getting back in touch with that child, that person that maybe has been lost along the way, that person that maybe is trying to come back out because that's who you were meant to be. So Inner Child is one that I would put on my forearms. I would roll it on my forearms. I would roll it on the bottom of my feet, on my arms for when I used to hug Mama, you know, on the bottom of my feet for when I used to run in the grass barefoot without care. That feeling of just unbridled living, you know, without any kind of shame, without any kind of apprehension. So this one's beautiful. I love this one. It's very floral, this one. Let me get the little label off. They make it kind of difficult to read it when it's like this. Okay. So this one has orange, tangerine, ylang ylang, Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood, jasmine. That's where the floral is coming from for me. And lemongrass, black spruce, and also bitter orange. This one's really good. I ran out of this first. So I love it. It's kind of a beautiful picture in my mind of, you know, getting back in touch with your true self. And then the last one in this kit is called Present Time. Another really pretty one. Alright, so Present Time is one that reminds us to live in the here and now. And I think for most of us, we probably live with past guilt, past hurt, past fear, past anxiety. and it's very hard to move past that. I always recommend some kind of therapy, something that you can talk to someone who can help you to view things from a different perspective, help you to understand what you're feeling and why you're feeling it. Those are always great ways to try to move past trauma that has happened in our lives. Present time, also, I'm a worrier, and I worry about the future, and I don't need to. There's no point in that. It's not helping anybody. It's not helping the situation. So present time reminds me to live in the here and now, and to remember that today, in this moment, that's what matters right now, and to not waste it. So present time, I would do here. I would back of my neck, over my heart, maybe even around the navel area. So this one is reminding me, I would say, today I'm not focused on the past, I'm not focused on the future, I'm focused on the present, on the here and now, and I will make every moment count in the present. So those are the oils in the Feelings Kit. And for 30 days, in the morning, at night, applying those oils, saying those affirmations to yourself, making that conscious effort to forgive, to release, to be authentic to yourself, to be in harmony, to have courage, and to live in the here and now. It's powerful, and it actually is very beneficial to your emotional well-being. There's one more really great oil that I wanted to mention, and this is a favorite of everybody that's a part of Young Living that's tried it. This is Peace and Calming, and it's kind of a different oil. It did not really smell like what I thought it would smell like when I first experienced it. And okay, it's on the outside. All right, this one has tangerine, orange, ylang ylang, patchouli, and blue tansy. It's really, really interesting, but man, it can bring you right down when you're having a moment, when you're having a spell. All right, Peace and Calming, it's great in the diffuser. It's great if you have children. We like to just fling this around the house when people are, in a tiz. So Peace and Calming is another really beautiful oil. You could put that one in some Epsom salt and take yourself a nice long hot bath. Throw it in the diffuser in the evening time or whenever crazy time is in your house. Put it in your car while you're driving to work in that traffic. There are just really great ways to use these oils to benefit your emotional wellness. And all of these, I've talked about using them topically. When you use them topically, they're going in to your skin, which is your largest organ, and they're going in and doing their work. But you're also going to smell those oils. So what I like, especially for Valor, I like to do with Valor is to get some diffuser jewelry. So like a necklace that has some sort of porous, object, like a piece of felt or a lava stone or bead, or like just a little piece of cotton. Any kind of clay, wood will also act as a diffuser. You can put a drop or two of, whatever oil you like. I like Valor. I like to smell Valor all day. And then you can kind of, you can smell it throughout the day. It's with you throughout the day to help you in that area. So anyway, I hope you've learned a little something here. I love to educate about essential oils, about physical wellness, about emotional wellness, mental health. I love to talk about how we use natural, tried and true methods to keep and stay well, keep healthy in those areas. So I would love to help you out. If you have any questions, just make sure and holler. And I have enjoyed being with you today. Have a lovely rest of the day. I hope it's beautiful where you are on this beautiful October day. Have a great day.